Oh, look who's super cute. Is it the Fro? It's the Fro. He's such a cute boy. Quit. Hello. This is Frodo. He's my new boy. He's a 12-year-old off the track thoroughbred. And we're becoming friends slowly, but I think now he's starting to love me a little more. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, so I thought I'd do a little voiceover on this video because it's a little boring. With Frodo, he's very reactive, so I kind of like to give him the lay of the land before I get on him. And this is actually the first time that I didn't lunge him before I rode him, and it was fine. It worked out okay for me. Yeah, so also I really like to just walk him a lot. He carries a lot of tension, so when I first get on him, I really like to just walk him and get him thinking about moving off my leg, being on that outside rein, having the right rhythm. He's not been ridden in a really long time, and I'm not sure exactly what was done with him, so I'm just starting him off like he doesn't know anything, which is probably my best bet. So basically, I just like to walk him around on a loose rein and just let him get loosened up a little bit, and thinking about me being on his back and thinking about connection. He is very fussy in his mouth, which I'm pretty sure he probably needs his teeth done, but his owner actually told me that he's always been super fussy about his mouth. So I am riding him in a happy mouth. I can't remember what it's called. It's just the straight bar. Right now, it's probably one of the softest bits I can use on him, and this is actually his second time with it. And he's still a little chewy and fussy, but I'm going to ride him a few more times and see what he thinks about this. I have one more bit that I'd like to try on him if he doesn't really settle into this one. And I have the one that she said she found that he worked best in. And I feel like there's really not a lot of difference between that bit and this bit at this point, so we'll just see where we end up at. So here he's walking over a pole, which he's always leery. Like, this is our fourth ride, so like the other 3 times that I've ridden him, I don't even think I tried to take him over that pole the first 2 times I rode him, even at a walk, just because I wanted us to, build up a little confidence and a little bit of rapport before I started asking anything really from him. So the first couple times he goes over it, he's like really looky and hesitant, and yeah, he's not sure if he can do it. But by the end of our session, I had him stopping with it between his legs and doing a lot of other things. And it's like, I just think he needs repetition and encouragement to build up his confidence. He's not a very confident horse. He's the low horse on the pecking order, and I just think he's carrying a lot of stress, but he is really starting to bond with me. It's so weird because after our first ride, he just seemed like he really let his guard down a little bit and started to let me in. And I don't really know why, but I'm just going to take it because he's been so standoffish. He reminds me a lot of a combination of my very first mare, Diamond, Desi, and Lemmy. So I feel like this is the combination of all 3 horses that I've spent a lot of time riding. And quick update, Lemmy is doing really good. I'm actually going to try to get him out on pasture for an hour this weekend, maybe an hour or 2 this weekend, because he hasn't been out on grass, and I don't want to overwhelm his system and end up giving him laminitis or getting him ill. So I figured I'd start him out with an hour 2 a day, see how he does. And then hopefully sometime next week I'll be able to turn him out pretty much during the day. So yeah, like I said, we do a lot of walking. And I think I take it, this is a little bit raised. Yeah, and he went right over that. He's being a good boy. He tries really hard. And then, something was bugging him in the barn, so I thought, I'll let him look in the barn for a minute. And you have to excuse my riding. I really have not ridden since last fall, right after Lemmy got hurt. I think I rode Desi 1 or 2 times since then, but I'm really out of shape, and his rhythm is really like, he has no consistent rhythm or speed sometimes, and his trot is really big, even though it doesn't look like it in here. Really, he's got a lot of lift in his trot. So when we start trotting, which I'm not really sure, I think it's starting to come up here in a minute. And right here, I'm just working on asking him to change his bend, from my leg and not from my hand. And it's something that I really need to work on, especially, there we go, there's our trot. Especially going from left to right, I find that I get a little handsy when I do that transition in the bend. So it's something I was trying to think about last night, to make sure that I was not using my hands and using my legs and my body more to get him to give me what I was asking for. And yeah, he is like, I don't know, he just doesn't want to go forward. So I think at some point here in a second, I just kind of gave him his head and just asked him to move out. It feels like he's pacing when I'm on him, but he's obviously not. He's trotting, but yeah, he's so fussy. And I think I'm going to move my camera next time. So it's like, I do a lot of changing directions with him just because he's pretty good off the leg, but he likes to throw his head up when I ask him to change his bend, which if I remember correctly with Lem, he kind of did the same thing until he got a little stronger. So Fro's pretty weak. He doesn't have any endurance right now. And he's super fussy about his mouth, and I'm going to get a hold of my equine dentist and see if I can't get her out within the next month or 2 and get him and Lemmy both done, actually, because Lemmy's due. So yeah, I mean, I look horrible. I'm bouncing everywhere. My hands are everywhere. I feel like I have no control over my body, which really sucks. But when he actually drops down and gives me a nice connection, which he does here and there for a few steps, and then it's back to the resisting and the stiffness, and yeah. But he's a fun little guy. Big guy, actually, he's big. And I really can't wait till I can get him. I just feel like we need a little more forward. But then when I get him forward, he really wants to drop down on his forehand and just get super stiff and lift his head up. It's weird. So it's a struggle with him. He's fighting me. And it's not that I don't have a soft hand, because I know I have a soft hand. It's just he doesn't want to, and I'm still kind of figuring him out too. And I think, like I said at one point, I just said, here, take your head and just move forward, please, because he gets in these little things where he doesn't even really want to move forward. I think I was doing a little lateral there, or working on trying to do a little lateral, which this is all hard for him. Like I said, I think he's been standing in a pasture for 2 years. And the other thing, yeah, I've been trying to work on transitions because he doesn't really know whoa very much. And I'm still kind of having to use my hands to get him to whoa. I think towards the end of our ride, it was more he was listening to what my body was doing for whoa and my voice. So I'm using my voice, and I'm using my my seat and my leg to work on whoa with him, but I still have to kind of use my hands a little bit. And I think towards the end it was more of just closing my hand, and it wasn't so much of me having to pull a little bit to get him to understand what I was asking. So typically what I do is I put my weight in my heels and start to sit. I say the word whoa, and if I don't get a response, then I will close my hand, and if I still don't get a response, I pull back a little bit, just because I don't think he really gets what's going on. And like I said, towards the end of our ride this day, I was only just having to close my hand a little bit to get him to understand what I was asking him for. And it's all just a process. It's kind of the same process I had to go through with Lam, you know. He didn't get it either. And I think I even kind of started, like, putting him towards the fence so I didn't have to use my hands so much. So I would, like, whoa going into the fence just to try to get his mind to wrap around that. But honestly, I think a lot of times I don't even really, he's not responding. He's just reacting to things still, so... And he was super reactive when I first got on him about the leg, and now he's getting better about that too, so. But he makes me laugh, and he's funny, and he's a super good boy. And like I said, I think I'm going to move this so I'm going to put it on that far corner and see if I can't get more of us and less being cut out. It's just really hard to find a place to put the camera where I can get everything, you know. So yeah, I think this is pretty much all we did, was just the transitions, working on getting him to go forward into the connection, working on him getting to go forward at all. And I think I walked over. I did end up trotting over the poles at 1.2, and it was a little scary the first time, but then I did a little half halt in front of it, and he was a little better. Sometimes I forget that I need to half halt. So yeah, it's just really fussy boy, but this is actually a better ride than our last ride, so he gave me more relaxation and more moments of nice connection, so. And in some of these, I don't know if I got it, but I was working on him just giving through the ribs on a straight line, which he kind of picked up quick. Yeah, it's just so rough right now. I mean, I honestly think Lemmy had a little more training, but... So I put some pictures in of some nice moments of him and I. I don't know why that one cut my head off, but okay. There we go. So I feel like he's got a lot of potential, and he's super sweet. I don't know, he's kind of fun to play with. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I hope you have a great day.